Hello, everyone. It's Yogi here. I hope you're well. Yes, Yogi is sounding a little bit husky tonight, more than usual. The Barry White of the stitching world. Okay, so I hope you're well. Happy Sunday. And yes, this is cozy Sunday stitching. Well, in fact, every night is cozy stitching night. But yes, it's evening over here. It's 8:30 in the UK time. And wherever you are, good morning, good afternoon, but not quite good night yet. Okay, so because you're here stitching with Yogi. So I've been missing a little bit of 14 count goodness. And I think tonight is the night. The past week, pretty much been stitching Amy Stewart pieces and also the Christmas house. And so I have not stitched any 14 count pieces for a little while. It feels like it. So today I'm coming back to this piece, and it's a 14 count piece. It's one of the 14 count cross-stitching kits I've got throughout the years, and I'm hoping to do a whip parade. Oh dear, my brain is not working. Yeah, whip parade at some point soon to give you a little bit more history of how I got here with these kits. It's kind of interesting, kind of an interesting journey. So 14 count kit, so it comes with fabric and everything, and this is the piece I'm stitching. Okay, if you have not seen the markup here, it's absolutely adorable. It's a craft room, and who doesn't love a craft room if you're a crafter, right? And it's a room with a view, so it's so cozy and wonderful inside. And there's a beautiful view you can look out as well. And there's a beautiful little kitten, if you haven't noticed already, right in the center there, and a snow globe next to the kitten as well. The kitten is sleeping so soundly, and I absolutely love the colors and the whole setting. And so I've been working on this piece for a little bit now. I got this piece during COVID, sometime there, and it's a 14 count piece, so it's a slightly different experience comparing to if you're doing 25 or 28. There's extra, coziness to it for me anyway. And this is where I am. Okay, let me zoom out a little bit. So this piece is not super big, but it's not small either. And because it's 14 counts physically, it's a little bit bigger. It's not a small piece. And this is where I am. I started right in the middle here where the kitty is. I did a kitty start. Okay, it was glorious. I just decided, I'm going to just go straight to the kitty rather than trying to work from the corners and maybe eventually get to the kitty. I couldn't wait. So I dived straight in, started from the kitty, and I was working page by page at that point. I was using a different app and moved to the left and down a little bit. So this is the sort of completed area in relation to the size of the full piece. Okay, and let's look at the numbers here, and let me quickly erase the last sprint, whenever that was. And I don't want to give you hints. Okay, this is for our guess my stitches, but look at the progress here, a 9.83. Guys, do you think I will be able to break the 10% mark tonight? What do you think? Do you have confidence in me? Okay, I'm very close. I'm very close. I don't know how many stitches will be required, but we're getting there, getting there. And in terms of the number of colors, it's 55 in total. So 52. They're solid colors, and there are 3 blend colors. So this chart is so well done, and it's got sort of different color blends. There's 3 colors, the blend colors, and I believe toward the edges, there are some 10 stitches as well. If I need to refer back to the PDF, I believe where the sky is, if you look at the markup, if you look to the upper left there, the sky there, I believe all of the light blue, there are 10 stitches, maybe 2 or 3 strands, or maybe 2 strands. I have to check the document. So it's a really well thought out piece and really, really well made. And so I am going to create a new sprint right in front of you, okay? Yes, Susan, thank you. 10%. Susan has got confidence in me, okay? At least one person. That's good enough for me, my little assistant there. And yes, so I'm going to create a counter here, and it's going to capture every single stitch I'm going to make for this beautiful piece today, in this piece for Sunday. And let's go. So this number is going to be important for our Guess My Stitches games. All the stitchers in the chat want to play this game with me, right? Raise your hands if you say yes. I'm pushing it. Okay, let's come back. And all right then. So let me switch my view back here. And I have to say hello to all of you, okay? I've already said hello to Susan-ish. And thank you everyone for joining me today. And in the chat, first of all, we have our beautiful Alandria. And says, evening all, happy stitching. Well done yesterday, staying up late with Yogi as well. And Rajao is also here. Wonderful. Rajao is here, always on time, full of class. Good to see you. And Anna as well. The top 3, stitchers in the chat here. Happy stitching this cold evening. Yes, cold, but it's warm inside, isn't it? Anna, I hope you're wrapped up and nice and cozy and ready for a spot of stitching. Welcome. And also Chloe is here as well. Welcome. Good to see you. And Serena, I haven't seen you for ages. Serena says, hi everyone. Had a busy week last week. Little stitching time. Today I'm making up for the lost time. Yes. Happy stitching, everyone. Well done, Serena. So good to see you. I was thinking about you yesterday because Serena normally is here for Saturday stitching. But I totally understand if you're busy, okay? And Lona is here as well. Says, hello, Yogi. Hello, Lona. And, we will come back to Lona's comments here. Okay, Lona has hit some milestones here. And Janine is here on time for the class. Well done. See, you can do it. Okay, well done, Janine. And Clara is also here as well. And of course, our Susan Barnes, hello. And my lovely assistant Susan is also here in the UK with me. And Rachel as well. And it's chilly, isn't it? But, hopefully everybody is nice and warm in your craft room or your stitching spot. And Barlow Bunny is also here. Gary Barlow, the bunny. And 10 more sleeps till Christmas. Is that it? Is that 10 days away? That is mighty, mighty scary. Yes, time flies, but we're the master of time. And Jackie Turner is also here as well. Good to see you. And Jennifer, hello. And Nuala is back with us. Good to see you. Well done. And Sarah VM is here as well. And just listening today. Yes, we'll keep you company, whatever you're doing. And Rose is back with us as well. And Love Drunk is also here. And of course, our Bess is here in the chat as well. And Mandy Moran says hello. And Samantha is also here. Hello. And Likda, I think I'm getting better each day. And Clara is waving to everyone. And BLT is also here, Betty Lou Taylor. Great to see you guys. And this piece, 14 count. And as I said, this is a stitching kit here. Let me just zoom in a little bit here for you. And so I want to show you where I'm stitching. My plan is for today, okay? So last session, I can't remember when it was, but I was doing Gemma's method. and going from upper left, starting a new page, because it was close to the time that I did a demo to demonstrate Gemma's original method and the diagonal stitching. And so today I'm going to pick up from where I left off and starting working more towards, guess what? Can you take a guess what I'm going to do? Color flow, okay? Color flow. I'm really into this method right now. And as I was working with the original method anyway, so it's very easy to transition into more color flow kind of stitching. And I think the more I practice, it's like a language. You practice more, you become more fluent. It's that kind of stitching method. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do today. I'm using the floss that comes with the kit, and these are the 14 counts floss here. Okay, a little bit messy is me, and I can see the order there. Okay, everything is just where they're supposed to be. And I believe this is Egyptian cotton. Okay, and I love the way it stitches. I like to try out different type of threads. They give different coverage and experience as well. So I'm doing 2 strands, 2 over 1, full cross, nice and easy. And so I'm going to zoom in a little bit more just to show you which area I'm focusing on today, so you get a sense of what I'm stitching. So I've got a little bit to finish for the bottom part there, but today this is where I am. So just extending from just the page next to the kitty to the right there. And there are a couple of pictures here, as you can see. And I'm just continue with that wall just behind the kitty there, okay? So this is where I am. Let me zoom out a little bit. You can see the kitty here, a little bit here, and the pictures there. Okay, so I'm going to, continue with this page. Where will be the stopping point? I don't know. Maybe I'm going to use a page height. Just follow the page on the left as a guide, because now I have the pattern on in a digital form. I don't need to follow the pages anymore with Saga. So I'm very happy, very happy. So I've got a little kitty here to keep my needle, to guard my needles. And yes, and let me know what you're working on today. Hello, Rose is here as well. Hello, hello. And Chelsea Summers, hey, good to see you. And Henny is also here as well. So good to see you guys. Stitching with friends, and we chat, we stitch, we eat chocolate, power drinks. Nothing's better than this. So here we go. And so let me have a look at my chart here. If you look at my Saga now, just quickly show you one more time. You can tell now I've hidden the symbols of the completed stitches, because previously I was doing this. Let me show you, like that. Can you see that? All the symbols are shown there, and I kind of like that for a little while, but I kind of, I wanted to see if I can reduce the clutter a little bit more, because now, particularly if I'm parking, there's just so much going on the screen. So now I'm trying to turn off the symbols. So far so good, because previously I like to keep the symbols because it gave me some idea as a reference point, but it seems to be okay so far. I'm not too lost without those symbols. Okay, so I'm going to zoom way in. Nice and close there for you. Okay, so as I'm going to, it's a little bit color flow anyway, to be honest. I was taking a little bit more liberty in terms of the shape last time. So Gemma's original method is kind of, generally want to guide the shape into a diagonal line. It's kind of one of the driving forces of the method, is to constantly try to bring the shape of your stitches to form a diagonal line. And but with color flow, you're flowing with colors. Okay, very nice. All right then. Here we go. Let me pick the first color here. And I'll join you for the chat, okay? And let me know what you're working on in this beautiful Sunday. Nice and cozy. All right. So I think look at my chart here. This is what I'm going to go for. And now I have a little bit more liberty in terms of the shape, the formation of the stitches. Things would be easier, I think, because some people find Gemma's method challenging because of the, how can I put it, the discipline you need in order to not stitch certain stitches, particularly if you normally do cross country. It's challenging, but it's a different kind of mindset when you stitch this way. And you probably notice there's no ninja stitches, no loose stitches. I have to go back and fill. I'm just moving forward and everything behind me is stitched. I love it for that. Susan stitching Christmas village, drinking hot chocolate. Oh, hot chocolate, that reminds me. Yes, I need to return to my hot chocolate. Been too lazy to make any. Here we go. Oh, we have a new member, Chelsea. Welcome, Chelsea. Chelsea has just joined Yogi's squad. Round of applause to Chelsea. Thank you so much. And this is such a great timing, actually, because I was thinking that I'm planning for a members only live stream, maybe just slightly after Christmas, because next week, this coming week, is going to be kind of busy, and but the following 2 weeks after next week, my timetable is a lot more open because a lot of classes are paused on hold until January because people are going away, etc. So I would like to do a members gathering, and for the gathering, I am thinking about. Oh, Chelsea says, thank you for keeping me company during surgery recovery. Yes, Chelsea, have you had a surgery? Yes, because I remember last time we spoke to you, you were preparing, you're fasting, right? And for the surgery, I'm so happy everything's gone well and now you're recovering. Everybody send Chelsea some Dolly love, some crowns, some hearts, whatever you can send Chelsea there. Yes, Chelsea's recovering from the surgery. And luckily it's routine surgery, right? So hopefully everything has gone according to plan. And now it's all up from here, you know? And we keep you company. I think you have a new start, right? So, yes, little distraction to... oh, and Chrissy says, hello, everyone. Hello, Chrissy. And Chrissy's stitching on Middle Earth map. Oh dear, a Middle Earth map stitcher and drinking iced caramel coffee. Oh, Chelsea's a few days out. Yes, well done, Chelsea. Yes, everything's up from here for sure. All the love to you. Yes, and it's wonderful. It's not hand surgeries. If it's a hand surgery, you can't stitch. That's got to be quite frustrating. But if you're able to, you know, do your stitching, it would be quite nice. And we're here every day to keep you company. So, oh, how wonderful. Hey, Travis. Travis here as well. Travis says it's a winter it's a winter wonderland here, so I'm excited to stay in and stitch more Pokemon. Definitely stay in, stay cozy, and you know, with Marek and Tia together and stitch Pokemon with us. And Chelsea's working on an adorable tiny bunny by Whimsy T between naps. And yes, you need some rest as well. And is that one the new start? I wonder. I remember you posted something saying that you were going to start full recovery period. Yes, December. A lot of people have new start for December for some reason, even though everybody's planning for a New Year's start as well, isn't it? And, oh, we've got another new member. Hello, Anna. Welcome. Anna has joined Yogi Squad as well. Welcome, Anna. Round of applause. Thank you so much. Yes, I was talking about the gathering for members. I'm thinking maybe the day after Boxing Day on the 27th. It could change, but I think that day works quite well for me. But so I'm kind of thinking what can we do together? And I'm thinking maybe we can do a backstitching party, you know, because this piece has got a lot of backstitchings. All my 14 counts have backstitching involved, and you know, there's no chance I'm gonna wait till everything's finished before I do the backstitching. So I think I've got quite a lot of backstitching to do. So we can have a backstitching party together, and you know, you can watch me backstitching, or maybe you've got some projects you've got backstitching as well. And I know some of you don't like backstitching, but you know, I quite enjoy it. But I haven't done it for a long time, so it would be a good opportunity for me to pick it up and you know, and do it with you. And also it's going to be a smaller group, and we can chat a little bit more extensively if you have questions. Sometimes you don't get me to answer. It will be a good time, and just a nice cozy you know, little tea party together. So if you like it, you know, come join me, and I'll send out sort of time, and I'm trying to think, because 27 is a Saturday, so we can have the backstitching party a little bit before our regular start, right? So we can do a little bit. So for the members, it's going to be kind of a mini marathon. We're going to do the party, and we're going to continue with the SAL as well, the regular Saturday SAL. So that's the plan right now. If you have different suggestions, let me know. But I think it should work, because Saturdays, most people probably have more time. And also it's Christmas as well. So Chelsea says a new start. Yes. And Rachel says, I'm stitching on and Basila kid called Night Before Christmas. Also on 14 counts, so easy to stitch. I know, some days I just crave for a little bit of 14 counts, you know. But some days I like to do, you know, something like what I did yesterday, you know, 25 counts or smaller stitches. Every day is different, isn't it? Let me pick this. This one here. Anna says, I want to do it because you're the only streamer when I always want to watch and make time for it too, to come to live streams. Thank you, Anna. That is so kind. Yes, I really enjoy stitching with all of you as well. It's just so nice. You know, we're very lucky we live in a time that we can do this. Because, you know, I don't know. 1930s. It was stitches in 1930s. We literally have to, go down to the town hall, wherever, or some sort of tea houses to find other stitches. But now we don't. We just sit down wherever we are and stitch together. I don't know how they coped back in those days. Travis says you're doing color flow method in this piece, Yogi. Yes, so what I did up to this point was Gemma's original method, and now I'm going to transition more into color flow. So I'm really into the method right now. So, and how's your color flow going, Travis? It's a good fun, isn't it? It's just amazing to see Travis having so many part threads, because when we first saw a Travis piece, it was kind of, cross-country, right? Mini cross-country, and it was working quite well, but it's so much fun to experiment with different stitching methods. Okay, so A38 is going back on my set here. So this set is especially for 14 counts, and so you can see how I part my needles here. So A38, I am going to I've got a little bit of left over, so I normally just insert my needle here until I need it next. So that's what this piece of felt is for. Okay, it's quite handy. Hi, Wendy. Wendy says, morning all, happy stitching. Happy stitching to you. Amira is also here as well. And Kathy, hello. I'm working on Cosmic Bowl by Amy Stewart with a glass of wine. Oh, very nice. And watching Chicago Bears. Ooh. I'm guessing it's sport. Sounds like not literally bears from Chicago, right? I'm hopeless, okay, when it comes to sports. So I'm guessing it's not a real bear from Chicago. And yes, so Travis, I'm doing color flow, and it should flow quite well with this piece because it's only got 55 colors. It's not. Listen to me. Yes, only 55 colors, but comparing to 240, yes, it's not as many. So there are less sort of color changes. And to be honest, there's some areas a little bit confetti, but not bad at all. Not bad with this chart, and I love it. So the days I don't feel like dealing with confetti, I like to stitch, larger stitches. These kits are just wonderful. I've been having a Amy Stewart week pretty much. So it's nice to do something different. And also this piece is called Grammar's Craft Shed, and it's by an artist called Steve Crisp, I believe. Steve Crisp. I wish I knew more about this artist. There's very little out there about him. All I know, I think he was British, and he's got a few other pieces I love as well, but not being charted in particular. Hello, Brittany. Good to see you. Happy Sunday. Nuala says, is it a Dimensions kit, Yogi? No, it is not. It's by a company called, I always struggle to remember the name. It's called, Susan, help me out. I think it's called Max Stitching something. I think it's Max Stitching. I should know by now, but I pay no attention to names. Max Stitching Design or something like that. And I found the kit on Amazon, and I found out the company is actually based in China, and to be honest, they're really good customer service, I have to say. So if you like this kit, I think they still have this one on their website. You can look up Max Color. Oh yes, Susan, thank you. Max Stitch Design. This is it. If you're interested. The reason I have not kind of actively mentioned them and promote them is because I'm not quite clear about the licensing of the artwork. So they're being a little bit vague there. So, but just to be fair to them, you know, I like to think that they'll probably get it sorted out, hopefully. And but until then, you know, if someone asks me, I will share information of the company, but I don't actively promote them. But I do think that these kits are really beautifully made. I do think. I've got 4 of them, and they're beautifully charted. So if you're interested, you can go look them up, and it's up to you to decide whether you want to buy from them or not. Brittany says, hello everyone, just coming in from shoveling the lovely snow to get yesterday. Oh, everybody's all have snow already. We've got none. It's not even particularly cold. It's kind of average temperature, slightly under 10, between probably 5 to 10 right now in London. It doesn't feel very, very, well, it's wintry, but it's not super cold. I'm not getting that Christmas feel just yet. You know, there's something romantic about being snowed in. Well, for people who are actually snowed in, they probably say differently. Travis says it's flowing smoothly. Oh, wonderful. I love the method, actually. I really do. And I want to go back a little bit because I caught a little bit of Lona's comments earlier on. I think Lona has hit some sort of milestone. Oh, here we go. Yes, Lona says, I've hit 2 of my goals, working on the other 2 goals. There are too many goals, Lona. Slow down. I think I can still reach them this month. Which are your goals? Let's have a look. I hit 50%, 10%, now hit 10%, 8.62 on different pieces. Oh dear, Lona. Yes, Lona is on fire. I'm really scared. You know, Lona, this is a slow stitching channel. Slow down, okay? Yes. Oh, wonderful, Lona. Congratulations. Yes, I know a lot of stitchers are motivated by deadlines, goals, which is great. Wonderful. Not me, though. No goals for me. My only goal is to be here every day and stitch with you. That's my only goal. Oh, is the same Steve Crisp that did Christmas House? No, I must have said the name wrong. I think it's called Steve Reed. I know it's all very confusing, isn't it? We've got John O'Brien, which is, I think he was British as well. And we have Steve Crisp that did Christmas House too. But this person, no, I must have misspoke. This is Steve Reed. Oh my goodness. Yes, and the artist's name is Steve Reed, as in R-E-E-D. So that's all I know about the artist. So they're a different person. Michelle Fuller, hello. And Rachel Morton says it's 3 degrees Celsius over here, 3. Okay, in North Carolina. It's the southern US. Can't believe it's warmer in London. Yes, currently, let me have a check. I'm pretty sure today is quite mild for winter anyway. Right now, oh, it says 10 degree, but because of the wind chill, it feels around 6. But technically, it's 10 degree. Yes, I know. It's actually very mild for this time of the year. So I don't think we're going to get any snow. I don't think so. All right then. I've got a little bit left. No, I'm going to end this one. End this thread here. And I forgot to call out the thread color. This one's 498. 498. It's a beautiful red here. Travis says, I was watching Gemma's latest video she uploaded today on her peacock piece, and she said it was minus 20 degrees outside. I think she's in Canada, isn't it? So that's where Travis is as well. And what's the temperature like where you are? Minus 20. I can't even imagine. I can't. And today, just by chance, I came across a video. It's got a title. It says, how we live in the coldest city in the world, and it's a city in Russia. I think it's called Yuk. I can't pronounce it. I probably butchered it. And yes, it's like minus 40. Minus 40, I ask you. I don't know how they do it. And literally everything's frozen. And you can't stay out for too long. If you stay out for more than 15 minutes, you get frostbite. So I think I prefer 10 degree, okay? Just saying. Susan says, did you see the lady who completed Jelly World? No, I haven't. Where is it? Is it on our Facebook group? No, I have not checked today. Oh, Jelly World. That's the LaSalle piece, isn't it? Amazing. So yes, the deadline is on the 31st December. So well done. Steve says, did I hear my name? Yes, I'm calling out from my heart. Steve, welcome. Good to see you. And what are you stitching nowadays then, Steve? Steve has been very mysterious recently, you know, and lurking in the background from time to time. And we're trying to lure him out with things. But really great to see you. Steve, yes, it's a Steve Reed. Close. Hello, Jersey Girl. Jersey Girl says, good afternoon, everyone. Hope everyone is enjoying this Sunday. I finished my 2025 South. Oh, that's you then, not Jelly Girl, Jersey Girl. The Jelly World early this evening, and posted a picture of it in the group. So that was you, Jersey Girl. Round of applause to Jersey Girl. I mean, this is the last sprint, isn't it, for people who has been doing 2025 Hey Sal. So this is quite an early finish, I say. And that piece, I've seen the markup before. It's very intricate. So really well done. Really well done. So I think I just stitched the wrong place. I was getting too excited. So congratulations, Jersey girl. Yes, a completion is tremendous, and particularly meeting the deadline of the soul. So does that mean, Jersey girl, you will be able to receive one of the bonus final boss pattern, not the soul pieces. I'm thinking you probably get those as well with 6 pages, but by completing the whole piece, you get one extra chart, do you not? Hey, Lineker. Hello, hello. Good to see you. Amira says, oh, so where Amira is 5 degrees Celsius. Not sure if it will drop below 0 in the night. It's quite possible. So remind me where you are, Amira. Yes, 5 is still doable. 0 is a little bit tougher, you know. Yes, that one. I'm going to move it up here. Oh, the freedom. BLT says, I'm not motivated by speed. I just adore stitching beautifully and thoroughly enjoy the journey of each pattern. Thank you, Yogi. You're always encouraging us to enjoy the journey. Yes, it is all about journey. We have nothing else. Everything else, the goal, the before and after, it's all illusion. You know, whatever is behind is memory, whatever is forward has not happened yet. The only thing we have is right now. And that's all there is. If you don't enjoy what you're doing now and be kind of, you know, taken over by the sense of completion, then it's no fun, is it? But of course, I totally accept that some stitchers are driven and, you know, enjoy having a goal. Then that I totally understand. But if you feel frustrated, then it's not worth it. Just enjoy every stitch. There. I enjoy that stitch. Right, Jersey Go says, I get all the other charts and I get to pick one for free. Yes, the other day we saw Joyce's selection. It's quite nice if you can just pick, you know, any chart you want. And I think 2026 is going to be limited to 3, supposedly exclusive charts. But if you don't like any of them, then you're in trouble. Travis says you make it sound like a video game final boss. Yes, that's a, you know, that's a metaphor. The final ones that you have to get to, and then it's the end. You won. The final boss. All right, let me pick this one here. The next color I'm going to stitch is 402. 402. 402. It's a kind of orangey, summony color here. Do not panic. Everything's in order, okay? It might look chaotic. I can see the order here. Maybe only I can. Steve says, stitching on fairly large Christmas sampler all month long. I've been doing intense care for my tuxedo kitty Charlie. Oh dear. He's losing battle with an infection from when he got the leg chewed up. By what? Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, Steve. So you're a little bit distracted. I totally understand. I've had my cats being sick and, you know, in and out of vets. It's very, very stressful. Oh, I'm sending my love to you and Charlie. Yes, so Charlie's a tuxedo kitty as well. Yes, of course, with your Halloween piece, Steve actually customized the modified the chart to make it look more like his Charlie. Oh, Charlie. Sending love to Steve. And Travis says the journey talk makes me think of an oath in my one book series, Life Before Death, Strength Before Weakness, Journey Before Destination. Yes, absolutely. And I practice yoga that way as well, because a lot of times, you know, sometimes we're taught to arrive to a pose and make it a certain way. So the poses are destination, but it's not, because if you don't enjoy that process transitioning into that posture, when you get there, you're gonna spend a lot of effort trying to position yourself in order to come to a pose, right? So the transitioning to a posture is just like the journey. That's the real part, because if you take care of the journey, when you arrived, you're set. You're 80% there. You're ready to go. So focus on, you know, the process rather than the end part, because once you get to the end part, it's ended. It's finished. And you have to move on and find another goal, another destination, and so on and so forth. Jersey Girl's choice for her final bonus charge for the Hey Sao is Strength by Jeff Haney. Oh, very appropriate for our conversation right now. Steve says, I've come to terms with it. It's for the best. I know, yes, I'm totally with you. It won't hurt less, Steve. But, you know, yes, I get it, Steve. I get it. Steve says, yes, I'm happy I immortalized him in that piece. But you did it with so much love, though, you know? Every stitch you made in that piece is full of love. And I'm sure Charlie knows. You know, we're so blessed with those angels that kind of, you know, stay with us for whatever period of time. And the love will always, always, always be there. It doesn't go anywhere. Yeah, this group is full of animal lovers. You know, I think we probably all been through something like that, and we know, you know, the how challenging it can be. Nighty-night, Serena. Have a lovely rest, and I hope to see you soon. I hope you enjoy your session today. Night night. Hey, Kelly. Kelly says, hello, Yogi and Stitches. I'm taking a break from washing fabric. Yes. Really good to see you. Oh, Serena has done 535 stitches. Well done. And sweet dreams. Sweet dreams, Serena. Being quite liberal with the flow of the stitches. And I'm sure Charlie can feel the love as well from everyone. Kelly says, I'm glad to be here, but there's an orange level of rainfall warning for tonight and tomorrow. Oh dear. Is that really high level? I don't know how they're sort of categorized. Or it might be flooding. Oh my goodness. So stay safe, Kelly. Stay warm, stay safe. Jersey Goes says, I started my new start just now. Winter cookie party. Oh, that one's popular. Quite a few stitches actually got that pattern because it's Christmassy and it's delicious. And Jersey Goes doing 22 count, 1/1, trying our saga for the first time. I think you're going to like it. And depending on your stitching method, you know, there are quite a few sort of choices you can customize it to do. Susan, yes, I think that's the one, isn't it? Jersey Girl. I think Sarah is doing that one as well. I'm pretty sure. I think she posted her webs during her 48-hour marathon, self-imposed 48-hour marathon. I remember seeing the her webs. Kelly says orange is an intense level that for 15 to 30 millimeter of rainfall within an hour. Dear oh dear. Flooding is no fun. Really no fun. So hopefully you have sort of, you know, infrastructure and prevention that's in place. Hello, River. Great to see you. Let me see. 3328, this one. Well, let's see how we're going to be doing with a spooky bingo today. Travis says, this year is supposed to be worse than last year. Is it rainfall you're referring to or temperature? I think this chart is perfect for color flow. One, two, three. Janine says, Christmas tree decorated, ham in the oven. Oh, so it would be nice to my husband occasionally. He's not cooking, he should be cooking. And she says, still no water, which makes life a little bit hard, but now I can relax and stitch a little bit. Yeah, I remember you mentioned there was no water. Why is that? Is that some sort of water issue? I can't imagine without water. So how do you flush the toilet? It's a little bit detailed, but that's not good. Snowfall, Travis, okay. I can't really imagine, you know, a lot of snow because in London, rarely we have any meaningful snow. Right, I'm gonna patch this bit a little bit. I'm loving this. This feels so good. 814, A14. 8. Okay, this is a major mess. Okay, even for me, this is not really acceptable. Let me just tuck it under a little bit. I don't know what's happening there. A14. I think if you're very neat and tidy, you're probably having a slight, you know, heart attack there. Sincere apologies. Karen Sutherland says, I fell down. Well, thank God you finished the sentence quickly. I thought you fell down physically. Karen says, I fell down the Gecko Rouge rabbit hole last night. Have ordered the police box on 25 count. Even with, what is that the name of the pattern? The police box. Oh, I'd love to see that. Yes, Gecko Rouge is a little bit of a, but it's a little treat for you, isn't it, Karen, for Christmas and New Year? It's a little present for yourself. And if you order now, I think you should be getting it, hopefully, by Christmas? No? I think so. Susan says, that's a big hole. I know, Gecko Rouge hole is big. No kidding. You probably can't get out after that. Beth says, welcome to the Gecko Rouge rabbit hole. Lots of us are down there with you. Yes, I only have one pattern, so I don't know if I'm in the rabbit hole. But I do have a massive Gecko Rouge piece. You have always seen it. They do have some, very unique patterns. And I probably should be grateful that, there are only a few that I'm interested in stitching. Because some of them are very quirky. So I like cozy stitching. So they even have kind of pictures. I'm pretty sure. Maybe I'm trying to think whether it's them or not. Maybe it's not Gecko Rouge, but I have seen a pattern that's literally the poster for Shining. The one with Jack Nicholson's face coming through the door, the cracked door. That is not cozy stitching in my book, okay? Janine says the city I live has 2 water main breaks. You have to buy gallons of water to flush the toilet. If it's still off tomorrow, I have to go to my mother's to shower. Oh dear. And they have not fixed it, because I remember when you mentioned it the last time, it was a few days ago. I can't imagine without sort of water for so long. I have occasions when the boiler heating broke down and there's no hot water. But even with no hot water alone, it's pretty challenging. Things you take for granted every day, suddenly, you can't have it. Wow, I hope they fix it soon. That's no joke. So well done, Janine. Your spirit is still high. You're still laughing, right, Janine? Stitching with Yogi, you should be laughing. We keep you company, okay? All right, 355, 355. 355. Oh, Claire. Claire's Place says, hi everyone, I spoil myself with Gecko Rouge for Christmas treat. Shark tart on 25 count easy grid. Oh, that's the name of the pattern, is it? Shark tart. Is it full based? That sounds like Sounds like some sort of pie dish. Yes, and I think they only do easy grid, the pre-gridded fabric. I don't think you have option for plain fabric. I wonder why that is. I don't know why they only have easy grid. Well done, Claire. Well, another one in rabbit hole then. Karen, you have company. And Karen says, it's a Doctor Who TARDIS. Will complete in 10 stitch. Nowhere that will be here by Christmas. Oh, really? You won't get it by Christmas? It would be nice, wouldn't it? Or maybe by the new year, so you can have it as your New Year's start. And the thing is, when you check out with their kids, they now have an option. I can't remember if they had that option when I order from them, because normally if you order the kit from them, it comes in a beautiful hard box with ribbons. And now they have an option that you can just have it without the box, but put everything in plastic. In a bag or something. I've never seen the packaging. And I'm kind of thinking, why would you ever want that? You know, the boxes with ribbon is kind of part of Gecko Rouge experience. And you're not really adding that much more with the cost. I think only a few pounds. Of course you want a box. You definitely want a box with ribbons. Bez says, I have my death's head moss from Gecko Rouge, and I have two Medusa doll maker kids from before they retired their kids. Plenty to keep me going. Yes, I bet. And yes, I have a massive Gecko Rouge pattern as well. So to keep us busy for a little bit. Hello, Jackie. Jackie says, hi everyone, just got home from day 2 of my daughter's dance convention. Very tired, going to do a little stitching. Oh, how exciting. Yes, I've been dancing since I was a little kid as well. Dance convention. It's really flowing. Color flow is flowing. Travis says Marek is snoring beside me on the couch. Yes, normally the one that's snoring in my room is my Dolly. But for Marek, okay, Marek, just in case you don't know, it's not a cat, okay? It's Travis's newborn son. Only a couple months old, isn't it? Oh, bless him. Wildfox Stitchery is here as well. Hello. This is very nice. It's definitely faster than the original method for me, I think, because I don't have to try to keep everything diagonal. Oh, I love it. Susan says, blimey, Claire, not the kind of tart Yogi was thinking about. What kind of tart do you think I'm thinking about, Susan? I'm thinking about delicious cherry tart or something. I don't know what tarts will come in. I don't know. Karen says you only save $5 by not getting the box, so why should you choose not to? Exactly. It's not like the box you adding like $20 or something, right? Yeah, the boxes are great. And I'm using the boxes to keep the floss as well. And they're beautiful. It's part of the Gecko Rouge experience. Okay, next one. I'm going to do this one first. River. Yes, you've got a point. So River says, that would just irk me. Well, some swear words there. To pay that much for a kit, and they won't let you know what colors are. But then again, majority of, well, this kit I'm stitching, they show all the DMC numbers. But some kits, they do hide them. Dimensions, for instance, they've got their own kind of thread number system. I don't know whether they're consistent throughout different kits. I don't know. I haven't done a comparison. Susan might know, because Susan is doing a lot of dimensions. So, but they do have their own sort of arbitrary numbers. They are different from DMCs. So I think they probably do that for, yeah, I understand it's for copyright reasons. So because they do not do charts, they only do the entire kit. So imagine if someone figure out the color charts and PDFs, you can pass it on to anybody. So they're probably just trying to prevent people from, giving out the charts with numbers. So even if you, for instance, I was talking about this the other day. If you, for whatever reason, run out of any color and you're desperate and you want to figure out what color they are, there's a form. There's actually a section of their website that you can submit a request for them to give you the DMC numbers, but only up to 5 colors. Okay, so I think it's for cases like, for whatever reason, you lose the floss for whatever reason, or maybe restarting, or maybe changing the way you stitch, so you use up more. But so you can request them for the numbers. They give you up to 5, but you have to pay for that request. So it's not. So I think that what they're trying to do is to make it as difficult as possible for you to figure out what colors they are, because that's essentially, that's all they have. If people have the chart with all the correct numbers, then they have no need to buy their kits, because ultimately it's just fabric and DMC numbers. So, but I get it. It's kind of annoying because I have to keep their floss separately because they're numbered very differently. So So Karen, when you say police box, is it a phone box? Considering it's Doctor Who piece. Oh, interesting, River. Yes, River says, I understand it, but then by doing so, they're incinerating the customers are thieves. Yeah, I kind of, yes, I kind of get that, even though there's a balance in between, isn't it? But this also reminds me of Heaven and Earth Soul 2006 page. I don't know, I've never seen the previous one, so I can't say. But if you go and read Gecko Rouge Soul piece, you know, they have a web page to explain the rules of the Soul, the 2026 Soul. I got the same impression because the tone of voice, it was so strange. It was almost like they presume that you're going to break rules and just do weird things. And they put everything in caps, like, you know, do not do this, only do this. And it was just very strange. I don't know, it was written by someone, I don't know, maybe not very well written. I don't know. Cannot write very well or whatever it is. I just think they're not aware of how that comes across. For a customer like me, maybe if you've been with Heaven and Earth for forever, you know, they've probably been around for a little bit. Maybe that's how they always talk. But for me, a relatively new customer looking at it, I'm kind of thinking, well, hang on a second. I'm paying you money, and this is supposed to be fun, but you're making it sound like I'm going to break rules left, right, and center, and you need to do something to keep me under control. What are we doing here? So if you go and read that page, you probably know what I mean. It's very strange. It's written in a very odd way. So every line is kind of a warning to you not to break rules. But River, yes, there's a roundabout way to say, I kind of know what you're talking about. I think that you know, there should be a sweet spot there that you can kind of, you know, prevent people from abusing it, but also not making everybody feel like they're gonna steal from them. I get it. Nuala, hello. Early start tomorrow. Gotta go. Yes, great to see you, and have a lovely, lovely rest. And we'll see you soon. Oh, Chrissy's got snoring cats as well. It's so peaceful, isn't it? When they're sleeping happily, everything is peaceful. Lineker says, I wish I could thread a needle as quick as you, Yogi. It's actually very easy, actually. So for 2 strands, I do have my preferences for the type of needles, the brand of needles I do. I like DMC, and I also have these ones with golden eyes here, and the eyes are a little bit wider than other brands. Not John Lewis. John James needles, they're a little bit narrower. I probably won't buy 26 needles from John James, but these ones are really nice. And if you have needles with slightly wider eyes, it's very easy to thread. And also, I do a lot of methods. For instance, a lot of parking, and with Gemma's method, for instance, there's a lot of color switching. So you do need to be relatively efficient with the threading, and also enjoy it as well. If you don't enjoy threading, you're probably not going to like these methods. Beth says, up to a few years ago, I've only seen kits with their own numbering system. So I thought that was normal. So it doesn't bother me. I can understand why they choose unique business model. Yes, I think some level of protection is probably necessary. I'm just wondering whether there are better ways of doing it without making customers feel like, you know, they're just trying to hide everything from me. Susan says, read Claire's description of the piece. Which piece? The tart piece. Okay, I probably can't find it anymore. The Starlet Stitcher, hello. And Starlet Stitcher says, I'm in the US. I order from Gecko Rouge. I get the boxes, and he was very glad I did. Yes, definitely. I don't know why you would choose plastic bags. Oh no. And also the boxes are very handy for storage as well, not just beautiful. They're very sturdy, very pretty. And the Starlet Stitcher says the postal box was marked fragile and well packed, but looked like it had been through a war zone when it got to me. Gift boxes say my order. Ah, right. So the boxes weren't squashed or anything, hopefully. Yes. I mean, they're quite thick, quite hard cardboard, but still, I mean, you can't throw them around. And Kathy is asking, what is color flow? Is that same as Gemma's method? It's based on a Gemma's method. It's a kind of evolution from, you know, kind of a variation from Gemma's method. So if you're familiar with Gemma's method, normally she goes diagonal line and try to smooth out the line as she stitches. But with color flow, the restriction is a little bit more up for interpretation. So generally, you are still going diagonal directions, but you don't need to constantly try to straighten out the lines. And also, when you stitch, you are allowed to have stitches like this. Okay, they're kind of sticking out. The original method, you don't. You need to have everything on the left needs to be stitched first. So there's some, you know, differences, but fundamentally it's still very much Gemma's original method. There's no floating stitches, there's no boxed in stitches. So, and so you have more sort of, you know, options, and you flow with the colors, as it says on the tin. Oh, it's not a cherry tart, is it? Shock tart. Are we talking about different kind of tarts then? All right, it's like that, is it? We're not talking about delicious pies there. Susan says, I think if you've got a master set, you could color match from the kit. Up to a certain degree, I think, because if you look at DMC colors, some colors are so subtly different. And with different batches, sometimes there are variation of colors as well, even with the same color thread. It really depends. I think if you do color matching, you can probably get pretty close I don't think it's going to be a complete disaster that you do that. But as a stitcher, I'm kind of, in the back of my mind, kind of thinking, what if it's not the same, not the color it's intended to be? It kind of, it bugs me a little bit. But I think if you're desperate, for instance, you just run out a color, you can probably find a match, relatively easily. But I think as a stitcher, you're probably thinking that I want to stitch with a color, exact color that it's intended to be. And you could find out if you got up to 5 colors. You just have to pay them. Kelly says Gecko Rouge has some pretty great kits. Very expensive though, and I don't list Canadian dollars, not in drop down. Yes, I think average, even smaller pieces. Okay, I think on average you're not gonna get away with less than, I say 60 pounds, British pounds. And onwards. Depends on the fabric count you go for. The lower the fabric count, of course, they need to supply you more material, more floss, larger fabric, and the prices go up. So yes, it's by no means a budget option at all. Betty says, I've heard from the stitcher you must pay extra for the box now. The stitcher was upset. I think it's not so much you pay extra, is that they have a cheaper option. I'm trying to remember how much I had to pay for the packaging, because when I order from them, I think the gift box was the only option, if I remember correctly. I can't remember for sure. But now they have a plastic bag or something. I'm just thinking, well, why would you want that? You want a box. Karen says, they do appear expensive, referring to Gecko Rouge. But when we look at the cost fabric and thread as well as the cart, as in shipping, you could pay that much for any project. I suppose because they're quite generous with the floss. They do. I think they give you almost double the amount that you need for 1/1. I think they give you enough if you want to, even 25 counts. If you do decide to do 2/1 for whatever reason, you have enough material there. And also the fabric they give you their easy count. And easy count, I think by default, is a little bit higher than plain fabric. But ultimately, it's up to individual, isn't it? If you think it's worth it, if you have fallen in love with a pattern that you can't get anywhere else, then yeah, it's up to you whether you want to buy from them. But there are many other choices from different companies for patterns, so you don't have to. I was quite shocked when I first found them as well. I didn't know that you could charge that much for a cross-stitching kit, because by that point I was doing dimensions and a few other, cross-stitching kits. So I had some sort of, expectations in terms of the prices. But so I was quite shocked. But there you go. Yes, Betty, it does add up with shipping as well. Now, shipping is probably an issue if you're living outside the UK, probably. I don't know about Europe, whether it's any cheaper, but, it's a UK company, unfortunately, so they do have to ship physically. Here we go. Let's have a look. I think it's going quite well. Why don't I come down here and do this one? Just one stitch. A38, A38. Just one stitch. Kelly, pattern keeper it's great with parking. I say when it comes to parking, pattern keeper is probably better than Saga, if I had to choose. Okay, there's one more stitch here. Park it downwards. Lona's teaching her mum how to cross stitch. How lovely. Get mum to watch Yogi. That will, then she can learn how to stitch very slowly. How's that? Hi, Lona. Travis says, "Is chocolate break for me?" Harrington's mint thins. Ooh. Travis is having a chocolate moment here. And we can as well. Why not? Yes. We can have a bit of a chocolate break here. Power drinks, power snacks. Let me just do a few more stitches here and then we can have chocolate. Oh dear. This one is getting a little bit short. Janine says that's why I stick to painting fairy kits, but even some of those get a little expensive. So what would be the average price they charge there? 2. River says, my husband just gave me some chocolate. A River, can I rent your husband? Because he's giving you a car and random chocolate, random car, random chocolate. That's the kind of husband I want. Oh, so birds cannot eat chocolate. I think dogs as well. I'm sure cats, not good for cats either. The Scarlet Stitcher says, I ordered back in May this year and the cost was about $3 per kit. $3? Are you talking, are you referring to Gecko Rouge? Sorry, I probably missed the previous comments. Lona says, Yogi, I looked into one of the Gecko Rouge kits and that you were doing. It would cost me over $500 for the kit. Indeed. You know, I'm in London. The company's in the UK, okay? So shipping is kind of minimum comparing to other locations. But even then, I ordered the 25 count. Okay, 28 counts would be a little bit cheaper, but when I ordered it, I ordered 25 counts. Yes, this is a shocker, I know, okay? And it wasn't an easy decision for me. I kind of, you know, thought about it back and forth for about 2 weeks before I decided to do it. And yes, it was, I'm trying to think, it was overall, I got a gift box, I've got the digital chart plus shipping. So Gecko Rouge, they're pretty hardcore on their shipping because even though I'm in London, and also I pay them close to £500, maybe over £500 for that kit, for the whole kit. No free shipping, okay? I had to pay additional cost for shipping. And yeah, it wasn't for faint-hearted, but also it's not something that I would do multiple times. I don't know, maybe at some point, if I fall in love with another pattern they have so much that I have had to have it. But yes, it was a lot of money. It was a lot of money, no kidding. But they do give you tons and tons of floss. I think, you know, the amount of floss, it's going to last me forever and ever. So even though I'm restarting the project, I'm not worried about, you know, running out of the material there. Yeah, so I think if you live in America or somewhere else, the shipping is going to be pretty brutal. All right then, let's take a little chocolate break, guys. Chocolate break. Yes, let's do it. And I've got my coffee here as well, and I can catch up with the chat as well. Oh, the Scarlet Stitcher says $3 for a box. Okay, for the kids. So you pay $3 additional for a box. That doesn't sound too bad at all. Travis, have you not learned from Yogi? Travis says, good lesson to learn. Make sure your hands are not warm while eating chocolate and cross-stitching. I have demonstrated live of staining my fabric with my melted chocolate. You know, that should have been a cautionary tale for you, Travis. And the Starless Stitcher says, as for shipping, it was actually a lot cheaper than I expected. I pay like $25 to $30 shipping for 4 kids to the US. Oh, but I think it works out a lot better if you get 4 together. So the shipping is for a single order, not per kid, right? Then if you order 4, then it doesn't sound too bad. But I think I was probably paying that much for FedEx just to get it to London, to be honest with you. I remember I was probably paying for about £15 just for shipping, if I remember correctly. I can't remember. You know, there's no free shipping or discounted shipping with Gecko Rouge. Everything costs money with them. But I have to say, having said that, when I got my Gecko Rouge kit, the massive one, right? The fabric they gave me, they actually cut it incorrectly. And I'm so happy, I'm so grateful that I checked because I did the measurement. So the top and bottom had proper margin attached to it, but the sides were cut precisely along the width of the actual piece, the actual artwork. So I found that out and I took a picture. I placed a piece of tape measure along my fabric there, and just to show them that the fabric wasn't cut correctly. And without a word, they just send it to me express. Of course, no additional charges, and I get to keep that additional piece of fabric. So I had a piece of free fabric from them, and they were very apologetic. So the customer service, when it comes to, you know, issues, they are very good from my experience. So can you imagine they just they asked me to send back the fabric before they can send a new piece to me. I think that would be, you know, a little bit hardcore. But they didn't do that. So Karen says Painting Fairy has a couple of kits. They're over $500 Australian dollars. Oh, yes. Maybe it's really big. Let me check my chocolate situation here. Still chocolate buttonless today. So I am going to have the, let me just zoom out a little bit. Chocolate time, okay? Chocolate time. And I'm going to have this one, green and black, okay? So I'm about to do what I'm telling Travis not to do. I'm going to snap my chocolate here. It's not melting yet, but I just want you to enjoy this visually and listen to the snap, okay? Oh, there you go. That's good chocolate. There we go. And let me know what you're snacking. If you don't have chocolate, I'm eating the chocolate for you, all right? River's spoiled, that's why. The Starless Stitcher says, I'm usually just a lurker, but I did have to come to chime in today. I definitely recommend Gecko Rouge. Cost, yes, but if you like full coverage, just be sure that you're actually going to stitch it. Yeah, God, yes, if you get Gecko Rouge, you have to stitch it. It's not like, you know, buying a pattern from Heaven and Earth on discount day, you know, because some stitchers, they just collect tons and tons of patterns. Yes. I mean, ultimately, it's the customer's choice, isn't it? It's one of the choices we have as stitchers, and it's for you to decide whether it's worth it. But we're very lucky to have a lot of different choices, don't we? So Yeah, the Scarlet Stitcher, you do have a point because, for instance, so I just read out Starlet's comment here for you. The cost had kept me back for a while too, because when I get hay charts, I do not kit those up until I'm ready to start. The Gecko Rouge, you have all that cost up front, so it just seems more costly. Yes, I think that is true too, because I'm one of those stitchers that I kind of just top up my material, my floss, a little bit, as I stitch. I have a master set shared between, multiple projects, and I top them up. But I think if I kit up like some stitchers, then you basically buy all the floss you need for a particular project. And if you do it like that, plus a little bit of extra, right? Like spare amount of it, then yes, the cost is probably going to add up. Because Gecko Rouge, they do give you a lot of floss, a lot of threads. Jackie says, I'm hoping to get a Gecko Rouge kit as my birthday start this coming year. I look at this as a luxury charting company and something for special occasions. Absolutely, it's an experience, isn't it? And they do have some very unique charts. Some of them I'm totally not interested. Some of them are so quirky. It's just not my kind of things. But if you happen to have a chart that you really love and it's exclusive for them, then yeah, you're probably, thinking that either I get a kit from them or I don't get to stitch that piece. So that was what happened to me. And it wasn't an easy decision, I was thinking, well, it's a hobby after all, not a small mortgage. Anna says, I have 80% cacao. Wow, that's nice. Normally I do 70 to 75. I have a couple brands and I buy 80 as well. But anything above 80, they start to taste a little bit too bitter for me. So 70 to 80 is kind of my sweet spot. But I don't go anything below 70. It starts to taste like, I don't know, sweets. Too sweet. Hey, Six. Six is coming in with a Yogi mood. Says, good evening, Yogi and chat peeps. Yes, good evening to you, Six. What are you stitching today? Roxy Wow says, collecting patterns is a separate hobby. Yes, it can be a hobby. And sometimes, certain patterns, if you don't get them in time, they might not be available later on. So if you love a pattern, yes, I do only buy patterns that I intend to stitch. But sometimes you want to get this patterns that you love just in case. You don't want to miss out. Andreas, hello. Finally made it here indeed. Well done. Karen says, I will need to hide my police box. If Hobby sees it, he would nag me to work exclusively on it. Oh, because it's expensive. I say, if you buy it, you better work on it. Chrissy is having chocolate chip cookies and milk for snack. Sounds lovely. chocolate and milk. Susan says, I've just taken 2 pieces to a professional framer. It's costing what? It's costing over 540 for the 2? What are you framing? Windows? Just Susan. What is going on? Half a grand to frame 2 pieces. How large are they? Have you finished your traveling library already? Oh dear. Anna says, yes, 80% is very bitter, but sometimes a bite is all good because the first bite is like, wow, heavy bitter. And then second, it's like, yeah, I can eat this. Yes, I know. I suppose you can probably train your palates to gradually get used to it, because I know some people love 100%, completely no sugar chocolate, and they love it. It's kind of a, it's an experience, I think. I'm not ready for that yet. But I think chocolate is very good for you as well. It's got a lot of antioxidants, a lot of goodness. There's one bit sticking out here. What is this? Six back door entrance. Crocheting today as well. Very nice. You allowed, Six. You have special permission to do other crafts. There's always a back door and a side door for stitches. All right. Jackie says my hubby does not know what stitching costs, and I'm going to keep it that way. Exactly. So when they see something like a gecko rouge, they probably just think it's like, you know, £40. No problem. Andrea says just got a page finish on English Garden Supersize Max Colors from Dominic Davison. Yes, milestone for Andreas. Yes, 1 page. Tremendous. Oh, he loves Doctor Who. Then he's not going to mind how much it costs, because for him it's priceless. Hey, Joyce. How are you, darling? And Susan says, you think on how much your gecko rouge is going to cost to frame? Yeah, in about 75 years' time, Susan. And by then there'll be inflation, right? It's going to be double the price, Susan. And also, I'll need a wall space as well. That's another problem. If I ever finish my Gecko Roach piece, I'll probably turn it into, I don't know, some sort of, because you don't have to frame it, do you? If you do, not so much turn into a blanket, but sometimes do people kind of hang fabric, kind of a patchwork work or whatever on the wall, don't they? Without the actual framing, but just hang them, kind of like rocks, but kind of people do it. People hang them on the wall, don't they? Kind of wall decoration. You know what I mean? Those. So you don't have to frame them. You just need to give them some sort of, I don't know, just strengthen the piece a little bit. So you can just hang it on the wall like a painting, tapestry type thing. Anna says, I would tell them they're aliens who can eat 100% cacao. I know. It's literally eating, I don't know, really bitter. I don't know what it is. Yes, there's no joy there. Not yet, not for me. But some people swear by it. Maybe it's like a trial, you know, like some sort of test. I can eat 100% chocolate. Can you? Type of thing. I can't. So there. All right. 402. 402. No spooky bingo today yet, guys. I know one page is tremendous, isn't it? And it's always interesting. People, I think stitches have different milestones. I think pages is probably one of the most popular sort of ways of doing it. And there's a percentage as well. 10% is tremendous, or even 1% is tremendous. And who knows? Will I cross over to 10% today? Oh. Lona says, did you see I reached 2 of my 4 goals? Lona, we celebrated your achievement when you were away, teaching your mum cross-stitching. Lona, we saw it. We celebrated it, didn't we, guys? Yes, maybe one more time for Lona. Yes, 2 of the 4 goals. Yes, Lona. We didn't know you were away. Yes, let's celebrate one more time. Yes, we like a celebration. Oh, Six is picking tips from Karen there. Six says if I buy a Star Trek Gecko Rouge kit, my hobby will not mind. Exactly, just buy a pattern they love, and they will go, yeah, go for it, go for it. And you know, that's the trick, you know. Susan used tapestry for the wall. So that's what I'm going to do. So I don't have to spend, you know, half a grand. By then, in 75 years' time, is going to be at least a grand just to frame that thing. Roxy Wild says, stitching masterpiece is just put up pieces on the wall with thumbtacks, no frames. I presume thumbtacks are like blue tags? Is this some sort of sticky thing? I love it. Is that what she does? But that's provided the pieces are not very heavy or big. Otherwise, they're probably not going to stay up there for very long. Yes, you don't have to frame it. I think framing in a way, because you put a glass panel over it, in a way it makes it a lot less intimate, because stitching is such an intimate thing, isn't it? You kind of want to be able to touch it and feel it sometimes. And if it's being framed inside, in between, sort of, you know, under a glass panel, in a way you lose that sort of contact. I think tapestry is better. That's my plan. Okay, Susan. Janelle, hello. It's been a little while, Janelle. Good morning. Yes, from Australia. But Janelle could have been lurking. I don't know. And good for you to say hello. Oh, Roxy says I personally use magnetic frames. They just snap on and give a tapestry look. Wow. And also it depends on how big they come in. If it's really large piece, it's probably hard to do. But sounds like a good idea. I think, you know, if you want to frame them properly, it's a little bit hardcore. See you later, Travis. Oh, Travis' dad is stopping by for a visit to see Marek, and give Marek a big hug for me, okay, from Yogi. And say hello to Dad. We'll see you soon. Lona. Yes, definitely. You know, modern daughter time is the best, and craft is such a bonding experience, isn't it? That's so lovely. Get mom to watch Yogi as well. One, two. This one is part incorrectly. There you go. Oh, right. Karen's got a conversion question here. Karen says, I've been trying to convert a chart to Saga using cross-stitch paradise. Is it not recognized colors? The pattern's supposed to be pattern keeper compatible. Yes, sometimes. I don't think there are issues. If they're compatible with pattern keeper, let's say if they're from Haid charts, most of the times it picks up the colors, I think. So the chat can probably chime in here. I'm trying to recall majority of the patterns from Heaven and Earth, for instance, I have not had issues with colors. But there, you know, depends on the chart creators. Some of them are not as compatible. Oh, okay. Susan says thumbtacks are like drawing pins. Okay, so yeah, but they have to go through walls, don't they? If the concrete walls, it's hard walls, it's going to be quite hard to do that. Lynn Ross. Lynn Rose, not Lynn Ross. Hello, Lynn. Good evening, everyone. She says, I wish I could stitch, but I need to get ready for work. Oh, yes. Lynn is probably Monday, right? For Lynn. And Monday means work day. Oh, dear. Yes. Let me count. I think I've lost my position here. So from here, 1, 2, and hope you have a great day at work. Six says, I heard Masterpieces explain that she decided to do it like this after she had to evacuate her home because of wildfire emergency and only could take no frame pieces with her in a car. Oh my goodness. So she's actually framing that way so she could grab them when she needs to run. Oh dear. That's a different consideration that never crossed my mind. It's a lady in Russia. I kind of got the impression she's from Russia. Maybe she isn't. If not, sincere apologies. I was under the impression that maybe she's from Russia. Joy says, we had an issue with converting sweet shop. That is true. But there is only one color, right? And it was an incorrect color, if I remember correctly. It's just basically there are few stitches, just one color out of the chart not being recognized. So Saga does not even recognize them as stitches. Yes, that does happen. It's quite odd, isn't it? Because with Pattern Keeper, everything comes out normal. Roxy says, there could be many reasons not to frame pieces. I live in a small place and like the idea I can switch out pieces on my wall. Yes, because for larger pieces, if you have them framed and want to take them, off the wall so you can hang something else, you need a storage space for those pieces as well. I'm not big on framing things. I don't know. I just think, particularly for cross-stitching pieces like this, you lose that intimacy. I want to be able to touch the stitches at some point, Oh, Anna's cat is being a prima donna. She says, my cat said to me, please stop stitching because it's me time. Yes, just sit on top of your work. Yes, they know what they're doing, those cats. And Dolly is, recently is a little bit more passive aggressive. She would come in quietly. Whereas before she was trying to come in and nudge me and go, me, me, me. And now she's just quietly come in and just flip over on her belly, lie on the back and showing her belly. So if I accidentally turn around and see her, I feel really guilty because I'm thinking, oh my goodness, you've been there for ages and I did not even notice you. So she's trying to guilt trip me into giving her attention. I know. They have different strategies, All right. Very nice. Our river is here for rescue. And Karen, you're part of the Facebook group, aren't you? If you ever have issues, Facebook group is also a great place to find help. Joy says, there are patterns I love stitching, but would want to have them on my wall. Yes, I'm sure, because there are some pieces are kind of a painting, regular painting size. But I think a regular size, heaven and earth, is probably too big, wouldn't it? Even 25 counts. It's quite large. But I know Joyce has got some smaller pieces. I think that they would be quite perfect to be on the wall. Otherwise, you're going to run out of wall space. Lovely. River's asking, hey Yogi, why are our membership hearts different colors? Yes, there are different colors. So the color of your badge changes, depends on how long you've been a membership. So I think the first month it goes from blue to turquoise, and then pink. It's so pretty. Yes. So it's a YouTube thing. They kind of do this. They have certain kind of rules for that. And Anna says, I fight sometimes with my cat because he wants attention and I want to stitch. Oh, it's a battle between stitchers and cats. But cats always win. We know that, right? If they decide to sit on your web, that's it. Game over. Roxy says, and sometimes I just want to stitch something because I like the pattern and the joy of stitching and not having any plan of displaying it. I'm kind of in that camp as well. When I pick a piece, I almost never think about, am I going to frame it? Because first of all, I know it's going to be a long time before I finish it, if ever. So it's not really part of why I'm stitching. So, but I can imagine, I think when I used to stitch kind of small samplers and stuff, then I would kind of, contemplate in my mind, maybe I can frame it or hang it somewhere so I can, look at it. But they're very small pieces. Larger pieces like this, I really do not think about, displaying them at all. I'll be quite happy just if I ever finish any. I'll just fold them up, keep them safely in my drawers, and occasionally take them out and appreciate it. I think that's probably what most likely what I will be doing. Next one, just one stitch of 3371. 3371. Three, 371 is a black or dark brown, really. Lona says, where does the red fall in the lineup? What are you referring to, Lona? Are you talking about the badge colors? Badge colors, I'm trying to see. I can find out for you if you're wondering, because they have a certain, you can kind of have different colors in different orders. There is a red there for sure. Red. Pure red is 2 years. Lona, in 2 years, being a member, you'll get a red badge, okay? See you then. Joy says it's not just the size. I don't think I'd want traveling library on my wall in the living room, maybe my craft room, but it's rather loud, in your face. Yes, and it's quite large as well. So if you have space to display all your work, then I think it's quite nice, right? It's almost like a mini museum. But I think for most people, the living space, and also, to be honest, even if I have wall space, I really like more sort of, I don't like a lot of things on my wall. So I do have a couple of paintings on the wall, but they're small. I'm just not a very sort of, painting on the wall person, I think. I like my space quite not minimalist, but I like everything to be clear. Okay, Lona has just posted out the members once monthly. You can have a pop-up message. Lona says, I can't tell if it's red or pink. It looks red. No, it's pink, actually. It's actually pink. There's a bright red in 2 years' time. Lona. Thank you so much, Lona. Yes, Lona has just posted a 2 months comment there. So each month, I think you have sort of pin-up post that you can make. Lona, that's yours. No, it's pink, right, guys? It looks pink. Pink is the 3rd month. So thank you, Lona. All right, where am I? I'm going to end this one here. 3371. 3371. Oh, so Lona's first consideration is whether you will like it on the wall. I never think like that. I just think, do I want to stitch it? Because some pictures are really pretty, right? Some patterns, you look at a mock-up and I think, oh, that's pretty, but I know there's no chance I'll stitch it. And for instance, like black on black, I know it's a beautiful piece and I probably wouldn't mind it on my wall, but there's no chance I'll be able to stitch it and survive. So my consideration is more of, when I enjoy it, when I stitch it. Oh my goodness, Karen. Karen says cats do win. Mine especially now because we thought we had lost her. She disappeared for 4 days, came home looking very sick, and she'd been in the fight. She was gone next morning. She's back. Oh my God, cats do that sometimes. Pretty much all my cats have done that at least once. They would just wander off. I don't know, there's some sort of trial they have to get through as a cat or something. Pretty much all of them, at some point, I have to, go run around in my neighborhood trying to find them and, put up posters to try to find them. It's curious. Oh, I'm so glad that she's back. My goodness. Yes, she's going to win for a long time now. She's going to just go, well, you thought you were going to lose me, so treat me well. It's going to be a lot of, emotional blackmail going on there. Six says, I like the idea to be able to use a finished piece, so make it into a blanket or tablecloth. Need to be sturdy after stitching. I'm hoping method of ending and starting threads are strong. Yes, I think anything that's, as long as, I can still touch it, I think I'll be much happier. Framing for me is a little bit it kind of blocks me away from something that I spend so much time stitching. But yes, some sort of, usable items. Tablecloths is tricky because if you spill something on top of it. But yeah, something that I can have around and touch it sometimes, I'll be much happier. See you later, Anna. Enjoy the cuddles with the kitty. And yes, see you Tuesday. 99, 99, Anna. Jackie says, I'm a maximalist. I already have a spot on my wall saved for it. For which piece? All of them. And Jackie says, I have a big blank wall at the bottom of my basement stairs. That's very open and visible. So in the basement, is there a lot of traffic? Because you want to place it somewhere that you can look at it all the time if you want to display it, not somewhere hidden. I think that's the wrong spot. Lona says, Yogi, I love watching you work on all your webs and love listening to you talk. Thank you, Lona. That is so nice of you to say that. And I love your company as well. And it's so enjoyable, isn't it? I can stitch and chat with all of you. Karen says, Cali Cat is like a naughty adolescent who has to find something else to feed her. Yes, I mean, I think all cats are, doesn't matter what breed, all cats are demanding in their own ways. And different individual cats, they have their own, personality. It's like a little person, isn't it? And they're very cunning. All of them are very cunning. They know how to get you. This one is running out of thread. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lona says, Yogi, you're getting to touch it for years. Yes, I know. That's why, because, if you're going to frame it, it means once you completed a piece, you can't touch it anymore. For me, this is such a tactile, kind of project. And so I try to keep the process as long as possible so I get to touch it. Like for 50 years, each piece. Exactly, Lona. That's my cunning plan. Sisk, hello. 6 hi Yogi, do you set yearly goals for your webs and do you have a rotation? I know you have like Amy Stewart, Sal and so on, but the other 3 days, no, I definitely have no yearly goal. I have daily goal of being here and sit here and stitch with you. That's about it. I don't have any particular goals for stitch numbers, stitch counts, or anything like that, or percentage, And also rotation-wise, I go with feel, really. I talk to my webs. I'm a whisperer. I kind of just, obviously, I try to pick different webs. So it feels fresh and, everything's kind of, just keep everything fresh there. But I don't have any particular rotation. Like recently, I've been working on little cake shops a lot more. And previously, a few weeks ago, I was doing the 14 counts a lot more. So I don't have a plan. I don't have any grand plan. I really just go with instinct. And also, if I feel like stitching a certain piece, I just do it. For instance, I had the New Start Vintage Choice too. And I'll probably be working on that one more frequently as well. So no, I have no plan at all. My goal is just to keep stitching and just enjoy whatever I'm stitching. Like, for instance, today, I was thinking about another piece this morning, but by the evening, I decided to go for this one. So I do change my mind sometimes. If I feel like, I'm drawn to a certain piece, I do it. So that's it. That's my only guidance when it comes to choosing the piece. So Jackie's got a basement that you frequent. Yes, so because you want to be able to appreciate it, right? You don't want to kind of just hide it in the basement. Lona says, even I'm an alien. I know. Yes, we do have a lot of aliens sort of, in a group. I do embrace them, okay? No judgment from me, even if you're aliens. Because we have so many, And we have a special club for aliens, of course. I mean, that's, we have to do that. But Amira, good night. Night. Have a lovely sleep. And we have, is it a new friend for us? Needles keep me busy. Says, hi, everyone. Hello, Needles. Welcome. And Joy says, my reward pattern, the flowers, they look like patchwork. That's so colorful, but that's one I aim to frame. That one is more like artwork and would be quite an eye catcher. Absolutely agree. Absolutely. If I stitch that piece, I will probably want to frame it as well. I think it's probably based on some sort of artwork, right? It's probably a painting. I love the style though. I saw another one, maybe it's by the same artist. It's a picture of a cat as well. I don't know whether you saw that one, but I love this piece you chose, Joyce. It's definitely a winner to go on a wall. Absolutely. It's beautiful. Another choice. This one I'm not done yet. Right. Six says I've had a stitching burnout as I worked a lot on the same webs. So the last 2 weeks I have barely stitched. Your voice helps me. I still don't know how I can go back to my big webs. Any idea? Six, I had very similar experience with the Gecko Rouge project. So when I first got it back in 2023, I was so thrilled and I loved that piece so much. I worked on it solidly for 6 months. If you see how I work now, it's hard to imagine I worked on the same project for 6 months. But I didn't know I was reaching the limit. I didn't know that. I was gradually feeling a little bit of resistance working on it because there are areas of the patterns maybe I didn't enjoy as much, maybe very tricky to stitch. But I kind of, in a way, kind of forced myself to do it because, first of all, I invested a lot on that piece, right? Money-wise and everything. And also, I loved it so much. But I didn't know by doing that, I kind of, corner myself to a place that I no longer enjoy stitching it. So basically, I woke up overnight one morning after after 6 months stitching that piece. I couldn't even pick it up. I looked at that piece and I had this sinking feeling in my mind. And I literally did not stitch for about 2 weeks. And then even when I returned to stitching, I could not even look at that piece because I was just so sick and tired of it. So I think I kind of learned from that experience because you can get very fatigued either visually or just, you're interacting with the same piece for quite a while. Even for 2 weeks, even for a few weeks and working on the same piece. So there are pieces I'm more drawn to right now. I want to work on it. The temptation is to keep going back every day. I actually try to resist that now. I like to miss it. I like to miss a web. So even with, vintage toys, I've just started. I really love it. I try to leave it for a day or two, not touching it. So when I stitch it, it feels so fresh and so exciting. So, I think sometimes we can get a little bit too overboard, kind of, dive nose in to a piece. And, but by the time you realize you're, totally plateau with that piece, it's too late. And, you kind of just don't want to go back. But I think maybe try to, I don't know, chat, what do you think? What would be your advice? Because I would think either just rest for a little bit until you miss it, or just switch to a completely different type of project. Maybe do a little bit of samplers, You know, I don't know, different type of projects to kind of just start to find that enthusiasm and find your way back. I think, you know, just like people, isn't it? If you spend so much time with them and never apart, you're going to get sick and tired of them. Doesn't matter how much you love them. But if you leave a little bit of time away, a little bit of distance, and then come back, feels good. So the daily rotation, not even a proper rotation, I don't have any rules, but just daily switching of projects really helps me because every day I'm just loving it. You know, I've been streaming with you for over 6 months now, every day. I literally enjoy every single session, no exception, literally. So, and I think it's because I allow myself to switch things around and not try to kind of guilt myself into working on certain piece. Janine says new start. Yes, you have to go back to, you will want to go back to other webs. Yes, a new start is a nice one, or just switch to a very different type of project, you know. And Karen says just aim to do 100 stitches. Yeah, but if you're sick of a project, you don't even want to do one. For me, when I was really, really sick, you know, of the Gecko Rouge project, I don't even want to look at it, let alone stitching it. Or maybe changing stitching method. That's a good one. I change it all the time. And every time I do it, it feels fresh and fun to do. Or maybe start knitting. How's that? You know, make a tea cozy or something for a change. You need some, you know, you can knit some socks. Joy says, I think leaving until you start to miss it is a great advice. Yes, distance and space and time is a remedy, isn't it? Right, 498, 498. I think stitching these projects are just like food. Even your favorite food, if you eat it every day, you're going to get sick of it at some point. So variety is the spice of life. Oh, great advice from Susan. Susan says, switch to a smaller piece, maybe 14 counts. Yes, switch fabric count is also very good because it's a very, you know, different kind of experience. And that reminds me as well, because the reason I wanted to try out 10 stitches, to experiment with 10 stitches earlier this year was pretty much I was stitching all my projects on the same fabric count, very similar experiences, you know, 25 counts, 1/1, full cross, pretty much all my projects up to that point. And I was getting sick of it as well because, you know, all of them start to feel like the same project. And I went on a detour beginning of this year doing 10 stitches, you know, and experiment on different fabric counts, and I went back to the 14 counts like these ones a lot more, and it's fun, so much fun to do. So that's great advice as well. Rachel Morton says, and get a good rotation. And if you get burnt out, and take a step back, don't stitch for a few days or stitch something else. Yes, just reset, you know, some sort of palette cleanser in between courses. Absolutely, some sort of distance. Just walk away from it. And don't feel guilty for walking away from something that you've been working on for a long time. I mean, these are, you know, these are supposed to be fun to do. These projects are supposed to make us happy. It's not an obligation, you know. And there are a few projects that I was working on, a lot more, maybe around the summer. I work on them less now, and I think the important thing is not to feel guilty. These are not children. You don't have to love them equally at all time, you know. You just stitch what you love on that particular day, and that's it. Can't knit. Maybe it's time to learn. The YouTube channels that teach you how to knit. It says. Captain Squirrel, hello. And Busy Mom is also here as well. Hello, hello. Lona says, try stitching a totally different theme project. Yes, just give yourself some surprises, you know. Maybe stitch something that you never tried before. See you later, River. Great to see you. Six says, I did other stuff. First, extra sleeping when I could with the kids, coloring, studying for exam, reading, trying to plan stuff. But it makes it worse. You mean, it makes it not want to come back? Maybe you just need to leave it a little bit because you don't have to stitch, sis. It's not a job. If you don't feel like stitching, just don't stitch for a while until you do. And just do other things. Cassie says, I do a stamped project. Yes, that's a nice one as well. Just do something totally different. You shouldn't feel guilty for not stitching. I mean, it's a hobby, you know. Betty is going for the power music route. Betty says, I love blast, rock and roll, dance, and universe. A dance and a universe. What is that? Eventually gives me inspiration on what to work on. It's a little bit like people on treadmill, you know. They have to blast kind of loud music, like, you know, upbeat music to get them going. So it's a bit like that for BLT. And Joy says, I did a challenge once to stitch at least one stitch a day for 100 days. First 2 weeks were fine, but after that, I literally just did that one stitch, fed up, got too stubborn to quit. Just one stitch. Interesting. And what would be the purpose of, of that? How about 10 stitches? Yes, I'll probably be frustrated. I just want to do a few more. Oh, for Karen, it's more of an obsession than hobby. Well, it's a hobby that you have obsession about, you know. But ultimately, you have no obligation to do it. If you're obsessed with it, then, you know, you don't need to worry about motivation. You want to do it. But for those days, maybe you don't feel as motivated. You shouldn't feel guilty for not stitching. And sometimes I feel that watching other people stitching also helps me as well. So, for instance, if I watch floss tubes, particularly ones that, you know, I like watching KonMari or Gemma's method as well. It's just lovely to, it's very contagious, isn't it? Passion and enthusiasm. So if you watch someone really enjoying what they do, and hopefully you get that from me as well, is the fact that, you know, it kind of it fires you up. So I think that's why people love floss tube. Betty Hankins says, what? Not stitching for days. I've only done that during chemo season. I got irritated if I don't stitch daily. My hobby gets to stitching knock off itchy mood. Yes, that's lovely. It means that you really find relaxation when you're stitching. You know, I find a lot of peace when I stitch because my mind goes everywhere. You know, I always try to do 5 things at a time. But when I'm stitching and particularly chatting with you at the same time, I'm able to stay here, which is quite remarkable. I'm stitching for hours with you. Whereas if I sit here on my own, trying to get things done, I literally try to juggle 5 things at a time, all the time. I catch myself doing that daily basis. So stitching is very calming for me, just like yoga. So I find a lot of calmness and peace when I'm stitching. Sisk says, I think that's the issue. My brain feels it feels like a job. Set high goals too and try to reach them, then going in overdrive and crash literally. I still love cross stitch and miss it as the relaxed hobby. So maybe that's the key. Maybe your goal is to follow Yogi, you know, to stitch slower. I need to stitch even slower. But yes, it's having that moment to moment enjoyment, isn't it? I'm definitely not stitching to reach any goals. I think goals are only good if they motivate you. If they become a burden, then they no longer serve a very good purpose. So maybe just, just relax, have no goals. That can be the goal, sis. Having no goals for the next 3 weeks or 4 weeks, the next month, until next year. No goals. And you just pick up a piece and just enjoy the moment to moment experience. Lona, well, talking about no goals, not this girl. Lona says, I hit 301 stitch on Garden Gate by Amy Stewart. Well, oh, sorry, I misread it. I hit 30,301 stitches. Today? Lona, you've done 30,000? Or ever? Interesting. Okay, round of applause for Lona. There's not a goal for Lona. Sorry, sis. I was just talking about no goals, okay? Hopefully it's not triggering what Lona is doing. Lona's got 4 goals today, and she's hitting them one by one. She's unstoppable, Lona. Seriously. Slow down, Lona. You're going to make everybody look bad. And particularly me, I have 0 goal. Andrea says, I had issues stitching sometimes. Then I just take out my problems by thinking of it and stabbing the fabric. I didn't see this coming. Okay, so it's release of aggression for Andrea. Okay, fair enough. I can see that. Well, I don't know about stabbing. Yes. All right, that's okay. So maybe that's one of the things, the release of tension and aggression, if you're Andrea. Yes, 6. There's so much to gain by just, one leg at a time if you're doing full cross, right? And just, I think for me, most relaxing element of it is when I'm kind of not even thinking about what I'm stitching. Or, in terms of the design or object, I'm literally just looking at a stitch and also the distribution of the stitches without thinking about the objective of it in terms of I'm stitching a cat or stitching whatever. I'm just looking at the patterns as they are, and it's so relaxing. And before you know it, an image appear underneath. So you're kind of just focusing on that really, kind of the essence of stitching, really. It's just that cross, one leg at a time. That's it. And it's so relaxing to do. Yes, exactly. 6. You've got it. You've got it. Yes, look at this. So 6, my new goal should be 0. So all I do is win. Exactly. That's it. You've already won, So everything else is a bonus. That's precisely it. So Lona, we're trying to help 6 to let go of goals, okay, Lona? Lona says I have to get this to 10%. It's 350 total stitches. Oh dear. And look away, sis. Look away, okay? Pretend you didn't see that. No goals for 6 for a month. Lona. Lona, are you listening to heavy metal at the same time, blasting away in the background as you stabbing the fabric, just like Andreas? Oh dear. Busy mom as well. No goals for me, just enjoying the stitching. Yes, absolutely. And busy mom has many webs going on there as well. And if you don't know, busy mom is a floss tuber, okay? And look up her channel. She's put out, I think it's weekly, right? Weekly whip parade. And there are always multiple webs per week. So I think busy mom is a little bit like Yogi as well, going through just projects that she enjoys for that moment and keep stitching. That's it. That's all we're doing. That's all we're doing. I did make my life more difficult. I requested supersize max color traveling library. Is there a supersize traveling library? Or maybe there is. Yes. But that's fine. That means that you have the desire to work on a new project. And it doesn't matter if it's supersize or it's a mini. It's only one stitch at a time, isn't it? Oh, hang on, it's Dolly time, Dolly time. Dolly, what are you doing? Hey, babe, come over here. Come over here. Darling, honey. Oh, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Oh, she's just come in from the patio, you can tell. Her fur is a little bit cold. Hello, babe. Do you want to say hello to everybody? Honey, come over here. Come over here. Where are you going? Honey, come over here. Purr for everybody. Come on, babe. Okay. You're good? Have your biscuits? Come on, belly rub, a little bit of belly rub. Come on, honey. She's being a little bit mysterious. Come over here, babe. All right then. Oh, there you go. That's a little visit from Dolly. Okay, babe? You good? Oh, good. Oh, good. Yes. She always wants a little bit of attention when she comes back from the outside. It's a little bit like, I just had an adventure, mommy. Come look at me. Look at me. So, and she just needed a little bit of attention there. Dolly time, yes. Oh, great, you can hear it. Yes, she purrs really loud. And sometimes I'm stitching here and she will be like, belly up and just sleeping there, purring, snoring really loud. That's Dolly for you. Our busy mom says, I do weekly floss tube But today I did not do one as I was out of town. Oh yes, Busy Mom I think normally releases videos on Sundays, isn't it? Yeah, life happens. Sometimes you have to, put other things first. Lona says, referring to the heavy metal. Yes, listening to yogis, like listening to heavy metal, just as motivating, right? So here we go. Oh, sis. Yeah, sis has joined the membership. Welcome to Yogi Addict. Thank you so much. Yes, Yogi will keep you motivated, okay? Thank you for your support. Welcome, sis. And the daily stream is really motivating for me as well because, just particularly if I read the Facebook group and everything, everybody's so excited about sharing their new patterns, new whips and progress. It fires me up as well. So, it's contagious, the energy. And there's nothing better to have a hobby that you're passionate about. So all right, so the next color will be 302. A little bit more 302. Let me have a sip of my coffee here. Lola says, I'm not passionate about all this confetti. Confetti is interesting, isn't it? Because, as you probably know by now, I'm a max color girl. And I'm kind of, drawn to those color changes. And because I'm not really goal orientated, as in trying to complete the piece. So the kind of intricacy that you perhaps get with confetti, it's one of the attractions, because in my mind I'm thinking maybe the piece is going to come out even better, right? That's the kind of expectations a little bit there, but at the same time I like the challenge, a little bit of a challenge. And I think I get bored if, for instance, now, if I go back and do dimension pieces, to be honest, I'll probably get a little bit bored, even though that's the kind of charts that that's kind of how I got here. But now I discover this type of chart. I think doing something like dimensions, I probably, feel like I need a little bit more. So confetti for me, even though when it's really confetti, I get a little bit overwhelmed sometimes, depends. But now I think I have enough kind of, I say strategies and experience in my pockets that I can pull out and go, well, this is how I'm going to deal with it. And also, I like the idea of divide and conquer. So I tend to choose the way of stitching that I can get away from it. I can get away from the confetti area if I can, if I want to, and come back to it. So I try not to stitch in a very strict order. You know, for instance, if you do very strict, some people do very strict diagonal column, and in a way you kind of have to force yourself to stitch in that order. Then, you know, I try not to do that to myself, knowing my own, you know, the type of stitcher I am. So there are ways you could, you know, make it work for you. But I think I'll probably miss confetti if I don't have it. Lona says, I'm stitching at your speed today, Yogi. Is that a compliment? Or is that... Ouch. Lona, I'm sure you're not stitching at my speed. Just looking at your achievement today. I'm trying to match up the stitches. It looks a little bit iffy. Ah. Yes, I know what's going on now. One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Six says stitching live streams is difficult too. You stitch, you read, you answer, not making mistakes. And for me, with lives in another language is extra level, and the confetti on a live is extreme level. Oh, are you referring to actually doing the stream yourself? Yes, yes, I suppose. I think Sis has got a channel as well, isn't it? Yes, that reminds me. And also, I think you probably have done, I'm trying to recall. Oh, yes, you did the walkthrough, didn't you? You did a walkthrough for the saga walkthrough, now I remember. Yes, of course. And yes, it can be tricky, but I think it's just a matter of going with the flow and try not to do too much at the same time. I'm slow anyway, okay, sis. So I'm not doing speed stitching, and I'm not racing with anybody. So when I'm stitching, I'm really just trying to enjoy the stitching, and the chat is kind of, for me, is a very healthy distraction. So normally, if I'm stitching by myself, I tend to, you know, I always try to find something to distract me at the same time. There's a sweet spot between focusing and have a slight distraction that keeps me kind of in balance. I don't know whether that makes sense at all. It's like if I have to sit there and do one thing, okay, then I get restless. But if I'm stitching, which I'm focusing on, but have something else that kind of distract me a little bit as well. So a lot of times I'll be listening to something, right? Or watching something at the same time. And for me, that's a really good balance when I'm stitching. So when I'm streaming with you, I'm stitching, but also I have this healthy distraction with the chat as well. So it keeps me on that balance point So it kind of works for me. It might be different for everybody. But yes, confetti, you do need a bit more focus. So, but I think confetti needs focus, doesn't matter if you're streaming or not, you know. I think it's just one of those things. And six, best thing I did in my break. I think you probably meant teach my daughter, right? 11. Oh, finally cross-stitching. She tried it multiple times without success, gave up, and today she finally finished cross-stitch Secret Santa gift. Oh, she's gonna finish already. She's way ahead of Yogi. I'm a little bit older than 11 years old. I have not had a completed piece. Okay, so well done. That's quite an achievement. But again, it's not about completion. It's a process. And if she loves it, it's going to pave her way to a lifelong stitching, which would be, which would be very nice. And it's a really nice bonding experience between mum and daughter as well, isn't it? Having the same hobby is just a great way to bond. Lona, ouch. So it's a slow day for Lona, is it? Hitting 4 goals. Just another slow day, taking it easy. So Sis says, yes, I'm a floss tuber on hold now, normally weekly floss tubes and sometimes live stream. Right. Yes. Joy says, hate to go, but have to go and get my beauty sleep. Yes, that's why, that's how Joyce stays so beautiful, okay? So, yes, Joyce needs her beauty sleep now. So, nighty-night to Joyce. Enjoy the rest. Lona says, I still have 2 goals to hit for this year. So you've got 2 weeks to go, Lona. No pressure, no pressure. Oh, that's so lovely. So the daughter has started a new piece already. See, she loves it. She just completed one and she started another one already. That's lovely. And I bet watching her stitching probably gets you going as well, I bet. Oh, we have a new friend. Love to stitch and cruise as well. What a combination. I think you and Brittany will have something in common. Love2 says, hi all, enjoying the conversation when I work on Luca S. Kid Tranquil Seafront. Until this year, I've always been monogamous stitcher. Now, now I have 10. Only one is not full coverage. Nothing to do with Yogi, okay? Can you put out a disclaimer there? Just Yogi is not responsible. Yes. How wonderful. Yes, I started from Dimensions Kit as well, and you know, it used to be part of what I was doing, but you know, since I discovered the full coverage, it kind of just took over everything I do. I don't have time or desire particularly to do other crafts or other type of stitching most of the time. Yes, wonderful. 10 whips. Well, we have work to do. You know, we're going to double it by Valentine's. Oh, so 6 actually saw the been following Sis as well. That's lovely. Brittany, yes. Did you see the handle? It's love to stitch and cruise at the same time, Brittany. That's what Brittany is going to be doing. She's going on the cruise with heaven and earth. Is it next year? Is it next year or year after? I can't remember. Rochelle, hello. Rochelle says, hi, Stitchy friends. Hope you're well. I've been missed a few streams because I'm busy with a new client and Christmas preparations, so in need of some relaxing yogi time. Yes, you do, Rochelle. It's mandatory. Yes, sit down now. Take, you know, ujjayi breaths and start stitching. 3, 2, 1, go. Yes, really great to see you. Really great to see you. Yes, relax, because Christmas, you know, it's festive, but at the same time can be stressful as well, because a lot, you know, to prepare for the, you know, some family gatherings and also decorations, etc. And also kids probably tend to be home more frequently than, you know, need to spend more time with them. So a lot to do. And just make sure you have time for yourself. Oh, wonderful. See, a lot of encouragement for Sis here. Six says no stitches were harmed during Yogi's live streams, only budgets. Oh, well. There you go. Yes. That's hilarious. This one's literally just one stitch. Very unusual for this piece. 3822. 3822. Yes, the budget might, you know, take a little hit, but the joy is tripled and quadrupled, right? Ah, so the cruise is 2027. There you go. Yes, Heaven and Earth it's got a cruise coming where you can meet Amy Stewart if they're not having seasick for an entire week. And Janine says, I'm going to a cruise in April. First one. Kind of nervous. How long is it though? If you've never been on a cruise before, you want to make sure that, you know, you're going to be okay with the seasickness. Because I tend to get motion sickness and also seasickness. Not seasickness, but traveling. If I stay in the car for too long, I get a little bit unwell. So I think cruise might be quite risky for me. Janine says, I missed a lot of streams in and out, Dolly. Miss Dolly, really? Oh, you being in and out, not the connection. Is the connection okay for everyone? If it's glitchy, see if you can refresh it. Sometimes, you know, internet being internet. Rochelle says, Yogi, you need a Dolly cam. I know. Not just Dolly microphone. We need a Dolly cam. 3822. Loves to stitch says, I usually always have a next cruise planned. Completed 18 so far. Wow. Been on a dry spell for cruising this year. Need to plan one for next year. Loves, are you aware of the Heaven and Earth cruise? Brittany's going. So it's like a floating stitching club. I think that's how I visualize it. With buffet, okay, real buffet, emoji buffet. Well, our buffet is pretty good, but yes, the cruise is known for buffets. And so it's buffet and stitching. Maybe you will like that one, huh? Sisk says, my husband wants to go on that cruise. He says, you can stitch and I only need my swimming pants. What kind of swimming pants? I need to know. Pity's the other side of the world for us. We live in Belgium. Oh, I see. Yes. It's still doable. I think there's another, well, I think one is departing from Australia. And the one Brittany's going, I can't remember where it is, somewhere in the USA, right? Yes, just to travel to the departure is probably, you know, a bit of a task to do. So you literally have to be very, very keen to go to do that. Oh, Rachel Morton is also a Six fan as well. She says, I love your channel and we have a project in common. You take as much time as you need. Also love seeing your cats. Oh, that's lovely. So Sis got cats as well. How wonderful. Yes, take your time. If you feel burnt out, it's your body and your mind saying that you need to take a break. And I think, just allow that to happen and do not, don't feel guilty. You know, we'll do this for love. So allow the love to come through, you know. Love can only come through if you give it space. No forcing. Janine says it's a 7-day cruise, so I'm gonna be stuck. Oh, yes. And do you know whether you are prone to motion sickness or seasickness? You don't want to get stuck there for 7 days vomiting. You know, it doesn't sound like fun. I mean, it wastes all the buffet. It's on a cruise. Oh, Brittany, do they give you some sort of project, like a special project to stitch together? Well, that sounds very exciting. So they give you some sort of stitching kit, so everybody's stitching the same piece? Is that what it is? See you later, Captain Squirrel. So Brittany is departing from Alaska. Is it long for you to travel there, though? That's quite a dedication. Yes, the other one, I think, if I remember reading. So it's in New Zealand, not Australia. Okay. Six has got 10 cats and 2 dogs. My goodness, you know, the other day, a while ago, I think it's Laura. Laura's got tons of cats as well. She posted a picture, I think probably around 10 as well. And they're all lying on her bed. They're so cute. It's like entire pool of cats. It's paradise. I know, 10 cats. Janine says, I really don't think I'll be seasick, but I'll get claustrophobic bad. This ship holds 6,000 people and I hope they stay away from me. Yes, I'm both. I'm claustrophobic and also I tend to get motion sickness very easily. You know, some computer games, a lot of people don't get sick. I get sick with sudden motions very easily and I get sick for hours afterwards. So it's no fun for me. I have to be very careful. Oh, sis. So you used to have 14. Wow. Yes, I think have multiple cats is actually not as hard as people think. More dogs is probably harder, but cats are so independent. And if they have a daily routine and places they kind of, you know, stay in, it's actually not as bad as, not as demanding as it sounds. They're very independent creatures. And guys, I'm just looking at the time. It's past midnight here. Where's time gone? As usual, you know, time flies when I'm stitching with you. So I am going to make this my last few stitches here. In fact, well, why don't I pick one more? Because this one, I'm literally parking here. Let me pick one more color and it will be my last one today, okay? Ah, I know. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, actually one more downwards. And also for the remaining time of the year, so next week it's going to be a little bit busy, but after that, the 2 weeks until New Year, I have extra time. because a lot of classes, they get put on hold until January because people going away, etc. So I will have more time to spend with you, hopefully. And so I'm planning to do maybe this coming Saturday, because it's literally Monday now. I will be hopefully doing my first whip parade with you live. We will do that as a double stream day. We will do the whip parade slightly earlier time, and then on Saturday, and then we do our usual style. So it's a little bit like when I do demonstration and walkthrough. Okay, so that's the plan so far, unless something happened and I can't do it. So that's the plan for coming Saturday, and the following 2 weeks I'll have more time, so we might do more double stream days. And I'm also planning a members stream. So at this point I'm thinking maybe we can do the back stitching party, where I can work on maybe one of the 14 count pieces, and you can watch me doing back stitching, which is different, okay? And you can come join me with your back stitching as well, which is quite fun. So and I'll send out the schedule, and for that I'm thinking maybe 27th, the day after Boxing Day, it's a Saturday as well, so we can do double stream. I might do another double stream during the week as well, because it's a lot of people probably have some time off, and also I'll have more time as well. So that's the plan, really high level, roughly in my head. So yes, we get to stitch together more, and hopefully enjoy. And we have a Christmas Day stream as well. Okay, so we're gonna have mince pie and all the trimmings, whatever goes with it. So come along with me, and yeah, it's going to be fun. Just nice and relaxing, no goals, and just enjoy the moment-to-moment stitching and chat together. We share things, and yeah, so that's a plan. And also, of course, later on I'll give you more update on the New Year marathon as well. That's coming up as well, so come join me. And new members, thank you so much for joining the membership, and it tells me that you enjoy what I'm doing here with you, and and I thank you so much for your support, and thank you all of you watching me as well every day, and I hope you enjoy your stitching as well. So guys, you know what happens, and yes, I was going to pick one more color. I think I'll just leave it for now, and as my last stitches here. So now it's your turn, okay, to come forward and play this game with me, guess my stitches. And if you're new to the channel, you've just discovered us, we play this game every day, and every day is a new challenge. It's for you to come forward and guess how many stitches I've done today. And of course you're going to say, I have no idea. And me either. So it makes two of us. And your guess is just as good as mine. And, come forward and put in a number. And if you win, and you get the respect, capital R, of the entire stitching world watching. The world is watching, okay? And you get to share the glory and the victory with me. I win every night, practically every night. I'm the winner. And a buffet, we talk about buffet. Nothing on the buffet you have on the cruise is in any comparison to our special emoji cup buffet, okay? It's the best. It's the best. No calories, 0 calories, okay? And as the numbers are flowing in, I'm going to bring on our Guess My Stitches machine. Okay, well done, everyone. Yes. So, and while the numbers are coming forward, lurkers, come forward, okay? Unlurk yourself for a moment. Just pull in a number. Who knows? You might win. So, I'm going to give you a very quick recap today. So today I'm working on this piece called Grandma's Craft Shed, and this is the markup. Okay, just to show you, this is a beautiful markup I've been working on, and I been working on this little kitten here, waiting to be backstitched, and I moved on to the following page, starting from the upper left corner. Initially, I was doing Gemma Stitches, the original method, but recently I'm really into her color flow. So slowly evolving into the color flow, and I think it might be a little bit faster for me to stitch this way. I really enjoy it. It's got that nice balance between the discipline of keeping no floating stitches and a little bit of freedom that you can maneuver as well. I love it. I love it. So if you have tried Gemma Stitches, the first original method, and not flowing, try this one, definitely. This is, I'm really enjoying it. So this is where I am today, moving forward a little bit more. And let's have a look at our numbers today, okay? Until the final number is revealed, you can come forward and offer your number here. So here we go. Let's have a look from the top. What have we got today? Yes, our lovely Susan, 258. And Busy Mom, 214. Bess, 232. Andreas, 289. And Janine, 269. Samantha, 272. And Brittany is sharing her stitches, 56. Amazing. You won. And Betty Lou Taylor, 234. And Clara, 154. And Brittany, 275. Oh, she has confidence in me. And Lona, 248. And Sisk, 175. And Rochelle, 247 are new members. And Susan Barnes, 150. Yes, and Rachel, 256. And Rachel Morton, we have two Rachels, 208. And Diana Smith, 199. Jersey Girls, 216. And Kathy, 252. Oh, yes, and Rajal, 210. And Claudia Katrosh, 213. 6. 259. And Betty Hankins, 211. And Jackie James, 198. Amazing. Oh, yes, everybody wants to be the winner tonight. Let's have a look. And let's bring on the app that does not lie. Dun, dun, dun. This is where I am today, okay? And look at that beautiful kitty. I can't wait to backstitch it. Oh, this might be the choice for our backstitching party, okay? And watch the kitty come alive even more. So count down to 3, 2, who is going to be our winner tonight? And 1, go. The grand total of the stitches I've done today is 182. Yes, round of applause. And look at the percentage. Oh dear, I should have done the final few stitches, haven't I? I'm very, very, very close to 10, but not quite yet. It's okay, you know. And next time, I'll definitely cross over to 10%, which is amazing. So 182, who is our winner tonight? We have 198. Anyone closer? Let me bring it back. 182. Anyone closer? Samantha says only 100 stitches off. I know. We have anybody around 180-ish? 175 is pretty close. We might have multiple winners, right? 2 very close ones. 198 as well. Sisk, do you think? 175. Oh, there you go. Sisk is our new member and the new winner tonight. Amazing, Sisk. You win. And if this is not going to motivate you to stitch more, I don't know what does, you know. Round of applause from the stitching world, guys. You know. And Sisk, you've been to this channel and the streams enough time, you know what happens. Round of applause. We have the crowns coming up, and Dolly as well. And Dolly represents victory and love and passion, and of course our a buffet coming up. Rochelle is bringing on, whoa, a very nice grown-up buffet. Yes, why not? It's Sunday, you know, and it's Christmas as well. And Lona is bringing on some healthy, foods full of fibers. You have to have 5 a day, okay? And of course, sometimes it's time for indulgence, red wine, and some yummy burgers. And look at this, Sisk. And this is the taste of victory, okay? And I hope you're enjoying it. I'm enjoying it too. Thank you guys for joining me today. It's 14 minutes past midnight. And Yogi is going to sign out. And tomorrow, Monday, we're starting a little bit, couple of hours later than usual time, okay? And hope to see you here another day, another new piece to work with and stitch with passion and stitch with love. So from here in the sleepy London town, Yogi signing out. And thank you for joining me today. Yes, nighty night, everyone. Night night. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.